Hello traders, this is Mac Billion. Today is March 12, 2017, and let's talk about the market. Let's just start with the spider. The spider, as you can see here, tests Fibonacci extension 240, and it failed right there, but is holding below that level very well. DMI lost the divergence, so it's not in divergence anymore, so meaning it has now room to take the 246. There is probability that I might want to test this trend or the Fibonacci 228, but it's totally bullish. So I wouldn't count shorting this right here below the 20 double moving average. I will wait on to see if it break out the 240. So for now, you just have to wait. Let's see what's happening with the iShares Russell. The iShares Russell's ATF, as you can see here, it went back to this rectangle wedge. It moved sideways for a long time there, almost for 2 months moving sideways. So it went back after the breakout. So right here, I wouldn't do anything. It's support. There's a lot of support at 133. If you break down the 133, you can see what's the support. It will be this trend line. So let's see what happens. ADX is very low, meaning is high probability that it's gonna move sideways right here, which is really bad for option traders. Long or short, you're gonna lose money. It's better to wait until you have a ADX rising or about 20 so you can enter. So for now, I won't do anything in the Russell. Now let's talk about Apple. Apple, as you can see here, is holding like the spider, and there's no divergence on DMI, and that means that it can still coming up more to 148, 152. There's support at 133. That will be sweet if it goes to 133, and we can enter. I wouldn't enter here nothing because there's nothing to trade right here. If you're a lone investor, yes, it's a good stock to have. It's bullish. It's just moving sideways right here, and it might go to 148, 152. But I like to trade breakouts. So for me, I would just keep it on my watch list. AMD, this is the advanced micro device. Very nice trade we got here. We got it at about 1279. So we got some pain when it break down during the morning in March 6th. But we hold it because it came right back and finished about that level. And then bounced very nicely because DMI was never bearish. That's the beauty about learning how to trade with DMI. Now there's some resistance at the DMA 21, which is also the Fibonacci 14. So if you break out the 14, man, this doesn't have any resistance. And this time, I think it will take the 1575, which is my target. So let's see what happens. There's a lot of room, and you can see here all the volume. It's very good volume every time it goes up. Now let's talk about Caterpillar. We took a night trace on Caterpillar, and we close it when we have to. We close it right at the support. We enter short, we make 82% profits out. Why? Because there's a lot of, this is a multi-year support. You have to respect that. So it can bounce very easily here, or it can break down very nasty and close this gap at 85. So if we break down, enter short. That will be another good trade. But for now, we have to wait for the breakdown. So that's a good one to have in your watch list. Clorox, CLX, a major multi-year resistance, 139. It failed last time. It was in July 2016. It failed at that level. It went down from 139 to 112. So that's what you have to be very careful when you trade breakouts, because if it fails, people start taking profits. They get nervous. Emotions come in and boom, it breaks down really bad. So you have to be careful when trading breakouts, because fails, you have to respect and you have to get out. Take 20, 30% loss, and that's it. Don't look back. So I'm going to show you Pexi, because Pexi is in the same situation, and we have a double washing thing because if it fails, it's gonna be ugly. So I'm watching 139 Clorox. It's perfectly bullish and strong. I think this time it's gonna break out and it's gonna go to the next 145 target. So this is a nice one for your watch list. Let me show you Pepsi. Pepsi breakout right here, confirms, but now went down. I give it another opportunity because there's a lot of support. It was a lot of resistance 1.9, and it's a lot of support. You can see now. So it bounced, it's holding there, but if it fail, we have to get out. We have to jump out and run. We have to take the loss because this thing can go down very nicely to 100, and we can go short this one. ADX is very high, so that's what you have to be careful with. ADX is very high because the same way big money enters, the same way big money's out. So we have to watch that one this week. So now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about CMA, Comerica. This one is just trending sideways, but it's making higher highs. That's what I like it. I'll keep it. ADX is low, meaning I think it's gonna be a major move coming, and I think 70 is a great support. If you can get it right there when it goes to 70, that could be a nice trade long. This thing is long. This thing is not bearish. If you break down this support, this trend support, then I will change my mind. I will say this is bearish. But for now, it's bullish. Now, DEC is just moving sideways. This thing is nasty, moving sideways here. I put some puts here, and it's killing me. It's killing me. I lost like 90% of that trade. It's down, and now you don't even want to sell it because it's just pennies, and I'm sure it happens to many people. So I'm just waiting if it break down right here. There's like 60% probability that it break down because it's making lower highs, but there is a 40% probability that it wants to go and test this trend line. ADX is really low, really low. Look at this. I never see this low. 10 on ADX. So I think a major move is coming. It's just tired to moving sideways, and something is gonna happen. It's gonna boom or it's gonna bam, going down. I hope it goes down and it break down the 48 and goes to 45. That will make some premium back in this bad trade. Now let's talk about Nordstrom. Nordstrom, like like DEC, is also moving right here sideways, but this is a 80% probability that it break down. It's different because there's no trend here. So I think it's gonna break down. It's gonna go to 36 Fibonacci support. ADX is bearish, but ADX is it's DMI is bearish, but ADX is low, but it's rising. So I think it's just holding right here, but eventually it's gonna break down and it's gonna test 36. It's bearish. Doesn't matter who says, oh, it's bullish. It's not bullish. It's bearish. Don't believe the people that say there is bullish. Right here, CarMax. This thing is bearish also, making higher highs, but it failed, and it looks like it wants to test now this level, this support trend, because it works like a magnet. Goes down, up, down. So it's like a little ball, like it's. And when it went down, he didn't like it, so now it wants to go down. It's gonna report it's gonna report in April 6th. So I think it's gonna test this level 60 or 61 this week. That's my thing. I think the ADX is really bearish and strong. 60 is coming. I can tell you. I can smell it. Now let's talk about LMT. LMT. We are alone in this one, but it's just nerve-breaking. It's just right there, trying, but we have a nice DMI, nice ADX. We need to break out this week. We need to break out. The bulls have to break out this week. If not, we're gonna fail. We're gonna get tired, and we're gonna go to the support. Right here, our stop loss is 266. That's our support. Because if we let it go, it's gonna go to 260. This trend line is 260. But I think it's a perfect DMI. I think it's gonna break out. 90% probability that it break out. 90. Yes, I say 90% probability that I break out. 10% probability that it goes to and test the trend line. So let's see what happens. Lulu, Lulu. Good for your watch list. We're just waiting, and waiting for the breakout or the breakdown. Money's ready right there. Monsanto, we break out Fibonacci 113, and now it looks like you want to retest, but DMI is bullish and strong. Just be patient. This thing is gonna go to the target, and I think it's gonna make it before May. If we need to roll over a position, we will do. It's on my watch list. Nike break out this trend resistance. It's testing the Fibonacci 56. It's cooling off, but I think it's gonna go to 66. DMI is bullish and strong, and it's an easy trade because you can use the 56 level as your stop loss. If you break down below 56, then it's gonna test this trend support. It's gonna test the breakout, and that there you can enter long also. But I think it's bullish. I think after it breakout or open the door right here, that's it. It's in the bullish land. It's gonna go higher. Now let's talk about Starbucks. Horrible breakdown. Horrible. Finally, this one gave me a heartburn. This thing went down and then for a couple days move up. A lot of people came to me and say, "Oh, you don't know how to trade. Who you are?" Say, look it. I am a swing trader. I'm not a day trader. I didn't say that it's gonna break down next day. Give it a couple weeks and you'll see. Boom, down. It break down and it confirms the breakdown. So now the target is 52, and I hope it happens this week. Now let's talk about the last one. URI. This is United Rentals. This one break out the Fibonacci multi-year support resistance 119. Now is support 119. I wouldn't go long in here because you already went up so much, more than 5%. But if you break down the 119, that could be a nice trade. If you're long right here, watch 119 and respect that level. Respect, get out, take your profits, but you have to respect that level. It might want to go and test the 135, 136, but for now you have to respect 119. If you break down 119, go short because this thing is gonna go to the trend support. Traders, go to the join page and see the promotion that I have. You can join my Billion lifetime. You don't have to pay monthly payments. Only one payment, and you will trade with me, receive my alerts. You will learn with me all the DMI, Fibonacci. I will give you access to the online videos and mentoring. I will mentoring you. I will sit down with you and try to teach you everything I know. So please check. It's a very nice promotion. You're gonna like it. This is everything for today. Trade on.